Chapter 18 presents a case study on the search industry and search engine marketing. Advertisers are increasingly turning to online advertising, and it is important to learn about the leader in online advertising, Google. This chapter discusses Google's revenue model and its benefits, as well as the aspects of online targeting and related privacy concerns. It includes a discussion on the strategic issues in the search business. The chapter ends with an evaluation of the risks and the potential of the new businesses that Google plans to enter, as well as its future. Google's stated mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally acceptable and useful. Google's trick is matchmaking, pairing internet surfers with advertisers and taking a cut along the way. Advertising drives Google's profits and lets the firm offer most of its services for free. The firm also relentlessly pursues moonshot projects, i.e., wildly ambitious and risky multi-year research efforts. The firm controls about a third of all online advertising dollars. Facebook, Bing, Yahoo, AOL, and Twitter add up all their advertising revenue, and combined they're less than half of Google's. Google has one of the world's strongest brands. It is also regularly voted among the best firms to work for in America. Google, owned by parent firm Alphabet, offers a wide-ranging multi-front of services that includes mobile, browsers, cloud infrastructure, email, office apps, social media, maps, e-commerce, payments, and more. Google's market capitalization makes the company the most valuable media company on the planet. The market capitalization of the firm changes by the moment. At any given time, it is always the share price times the number of outstanding shares. Google provides its employees with lavish facilities that include on-site laundry, massage, car wash, bicycle repair, free haircuts, state-of-the-art gyms, and Wi-Fi equipped shuttles that ferry employees between Silicon Valley and the San Francisco Bay Area. The firm's quirky tech-centric culture is evident everywhere. The perks, culture, and sense of mission have allowed the firm to assemble one of the most impressive rosters of technical talent anywhere. Engineers find Google a particularly attractive place to work, in part due to a corporate policy of offering 20% time, the ability to work the equivalent of 1 day a week on new projects that interest them. This fuels innovation. Studying Google gives us a platform for understanding online promotion and advertising, as well as a living case on how quickly technology-fueled market disruptions can happen, and how deeply these disruptions penetrate various industries. A query is a search performed on Google or any other search engine. The results displayed on a search engine by performing a query are referred to as organic or natural search. Google's method to determine the order of organic search results is called PageRank. Google does not accept money for placement of links in organic search results. Instead, PageRank results are a kind of popularity contest. The number of other pages linking to a given page significantly influences the rank of a web page in Google's search results. Sites that Google deems influential have greater weight in PageRank. The process of improving a page's organic search results is often referred to as search engine optimization, or SEO. SEO has become a critical marketing function for companies. Customers may never discover a site if the firm's pages aren't near the top of search results. Google's search quality team is relentlessly analyzing user behavior for clues on how to tweak the system to improve accuracy. Google is a bit vague about the specifics of precisely how PageRank has been refined, in part because many have tried to game the system. The less scrupulous have tried link farming, which is a type of online advertising fraud where fraudsters attempt to create a series of bogus websites, all linking back to a page, in the hope of increasing that page's results in organic search. Google actively works to uncover and shut down such efforts. Links from some websites carry more weight in the rankings than others. JCPenney, a large U.S. retailer, was reported to have paid to have thousands of links placed on hundreds of sites scattered around the web, all of which led directly to jcpenney.com. Google manually demotes its rankings. Within 2 hours, JCPenney's organic results plummeted. Getting a top spot in Google search results is a big deal. On average, 34% of clicks go to the top result, about twice the percentage that goes to number 2. Google also discovered that a black hat SEO was used to push BMW up in organic search rankings. Black hat SEO is using unauthorized and Google prohibited techniques to improve a page's search results. As a result, Google made certain that BMW sites were virtually unfindable in its organic search results. Google is constantly playing defense against firms gaming organic search results. Google handles an average of 63,000 searches per second, resulting in 5.6 billion searches each day, or about 2 trillion searches a year. When a search is performed in Google or any other search engine, it takes the user only to what amounts to a copy of the web, storing and indexing the text of online documents on their own computers. Web copies store and index the text of online documents on their own computers. Google's index has over 113 trillion URLs. To create these massive indexes, search firms use software called robots, spiders, or web crawlers to crawl the web and retrieve as much information as they can find. Spiders specifically refer to software that traverses available web links in an attempt to perform a given task. For example, a spider may be written to go out to the web and collect specific information on the financials of a company in which the user is considering investing. Google will crawl frequently updated sites like those run by news organizations as often as several times an hour. Rarely updated, less popular sites might only be reindexed every few days. A cache, C-A-C-H-E, refers to a temporary storage space used to speed computing tasks. Clicking a search result will direct you to the actual website, not the copy. Organizations that want the content of their website to remain off limits to search engine indexing and caching have created a set of standards to stop the spider crawl, and all commercial search engines have agreed to respect these standards. One way is to put a line of HTML code invisibly embedded in a web page that tells all software robots to stop indexing a page, stop following links on the page, or stop offering old page archives in a cache. A lot of content lies inside the deep web, either behind corporate firewalls or inaccessible to those without a user account. The deep web refers to internet content that can't be indexed by Google and other search engines. In Google's strategy and competitive environment, the scale of server farms capable of indexing today's web represents a significant barrier to entry. Google doesn't disclose the number of servers it uses, but by some estimates, it runs over 1.4 million servers and over a dozen so-called server farms worldwide. In 2018, Google spent over $25 billion on capital expenditures, most of it going to new server farms, laying the cabling connecting them to the rest of the internet, and staff offices. That's double what was spent a year earlier. Building massive server farms to index the ever-growing web is now the cost of admission for any firm wanting to compete in the search market. It also influences industry profitability, with market leader Google enjoying huge economies of scale. The hardware components that power Google aren't particularly special. They are custom built to contain just what Google needs and to eliminate everything it doesn't. No graphic cards are used since servers aren't attached to monitors or enclosures, since all servers are rack mounted. In most cases, the firm uses the kind of Intel or AMD processors, low-end hard drives, and RAM chips. Google assumes individual components that make up the servers in its server farms will regularly fail. But no single failure should interrupt the firm's operations. By doing so, Google can ensure its network is fault tolerant. Each server farm layout has also been carefully designed with an emphasis on lowering power consumption and cooling requirements. Google put smaller battery backups next to each server. These cost less. They're more efficient because they leak about 15% less energy than big units, and they don't have heavy cooling costs. The standard used to measure data center efficiency is PUE, Power Usage Effectiveness. 1.0 is a perfect score. It means all the power a facility draws is put to use. However, everyone loses power. 2.0 means that half of the power drawn is wasted and is considered a reasonable number. Google regularly runs PUEs about 1.1, astonishingly efficient. Saving energy helps the firm meet its green goals. Google also uses artificial intelligence to monitor data center performance. The firm's custom software, much of it built upon open source products, allows all this equipment to operate as the world's largest grid computer. Not all Google-served data comes to you straight from Google's own server farms. These racks of Google content and code are tucked away, sometimes within data centers run by big telecom firms like Comcast or AT&T, or kept inside co-location facilities, also known as colos. Google will even sell you a bit of its technology so that you can run your own little Google in-house without sharing documents with the rest of the world. Internet advertising has shown significant growth, and there are three factors driving online ad growth trends: increased user time online, improved measurement and accountability, and targeting. Americans and citizens in many other nations spend more time on mobile devices than they do watching TV. Online channels also provide advertisers with a way to reach consumers at work. Advertisers can measure the effectiveness of internet advertising and can count ad impressions, the number of times an ad is shown on a website. Various technologies and techniques make targeting more effective based on how likely a person is to respond to an ad. The practice of running and optimizing search engine ad campaigns is referred to as search engine marketing, or SEM. The bulk of Google's revenue comes from advertising, specifically search engine ads. For the most part, the ads you'll see to the right and sometimes top of Google's organic search results appear as keyword advertising, meaning they're targeting based on a user's query. Advertisers bid on the keywords and phrases that they'd like to use to trigger the display of their ad. Text ads appearing on Google's search pages are billed on a pay-per-click, or PPC, or cost-per-click, CPC, basis, meaning that advertisers don't spend a penny unless someone actually clicks on their ad. Cost per click refers to the maximum amount of money an advertiser is willing to pay for each click on their ad. Advertisers can set up an account in Google AdWords and register ad campaigns that trigger different ads for different keywords. Advertisers specify what they're willing to pay each time an ad is clicked, how much their overall ad budget is, and they can control additional parameters. Google's ad ranking formula rewards top performing ads by considering two metrics: the maximum CPC that an advertiser is willing to pay, sometimes referred to as an ad's bid value, and the advertisement's quality score. The formula for ranking ads is a function of maximum CPC, quality score, and expected impact of extensions and formats. We call this the ad rank. One factor that goes into determining an ad's quality score is the click-through rate, or CTR, for the ad, which measures the percentage of people who clicked on an ad to arrive at a destination site. Google's quality score also includes the overall history of click performance for the keywords linked to the ad. The click-through rate contributes to a web page's quality score. The quality score also includes the relevance of an ad's text to the user's query, and finally it includes Google's automated assessment of the user experience on the landing page, which is the website displayed when a user clicks on an ad. Google provides tools that firms can use to identify popular words and phrases for selecting keywords to associate with an ad. Google also offers dynamic search ads, where the firm will automatically generate ads based on your website. Advertisers do not pay their maximum CPC. Google discounts ads to just 1 cent more than the minimum necessary to maintain an ad's position on the page. Most clicks bring in between 30 cents and $1. However, costs can vary widely depending on industry and current competition. Since rates are based on auctions, top rates reflect what the market is willing to bear. Bids for certain legal phrases, such as those referring to structured settlements or mesothelioma, have been known to go for hundreds of dollars. Geotargeting occurs when computer systems identify a user's physical location for the purpose of delivering tailored ads or other content. Ads in Google search are geotargeted based on IP address. IP addresses are a set of 4 numbers from 0 to 255 separated by periods. For example, 136.167.2.220. This IPv4 standard is gradually being replaced by the IPv6 standard. In many cases, it's possible to make an accurate guess as to where a device is located by cross-referencing the device's current IP address with this list of IP addresses owned by various ISPs or Internet Service Providers. Geotargeting via IP address is fairly accurate, but it's not perfect. Some ISPs may provide inaccurate information on location. Proxy servers are third-party computers that pass traffic to and from specific addresses without revealing the address of the connected users. When Internet users connect to proxy servers, specific addresses of the connected users cannot be obtained. Geo-targeting can be enabled by estimating the location from cell phone towers or Wi-Fi hotspots, or also by satellite-based GPS. On mobile, 86% of time is spent inside apps and only 14% on the web. There is a growing list of content-specific apps that siphon users away from Google's search, including Kayak and TripAdvisor for travel, Shazam for music, and Amazon for shopping. Even though Google's percentage of mobile search ad revenue is declining, the firm's mobile search ad revenue is still going up because the search ad pie is getting bigger as more users conduct more searches online. Google's move into travel booking is upsetting some of the firm's biggest customers. If Google can create increased ad revenue directly from hotels, airlines, and other travel providers, this might help make up the difference, but that's a serious bit of channel pressure and market shift that would need to happen. Google runs ads not just in search, but also across a host of Google-owned sites like Gmail, Google News, and Blogger. Close to 20% of Google's revenues come from running ads on third-party websites and apps that the firm does not own. Websites are participating in Google's ad network, which means they're running ads for Google in exchange for a cut of the take. Google lines up the advertisers, provides the targeting technology, serves the ads, and handles advertiser payment collection. To participate, content providers just sign up online, put a bit of Google-supplied HTML code on their pages, and wait for Google to send them cash. Google originally developed AdSense to target ads based on keywords automatically detected inside the content of a website. Some 65% of the top 200 ad-supported websites use AdSense for at least a portion of their ad revenue. Google's AdSense program forks over more than $7 billion a year to more than 2 million publishers. There are now quite a few AdSense millionaires. For many websites, ad networks can be like oxygen, sustaining them with revenue opportunities they'd never be able to achieve on their own. Google bundles its third-party AdSense partners in with its own content properties, for example YouTube, Google Finance, Blogger, and Gmail, calling this big pool of distribution for your ads the Google Display Network. Rivals include Yahoo and AOL's Advertising.com. Contextual advertising based on keywords has its limitations. Vendors sometimes suffer from content adjacency problems, which refers to a situation where ads appear alongside text the advertiser would like to avoid. However, ad networks provide opportunities for both advertisers and content providers to screen out potentially undesirable pairings. Advertisers can also use negative keywords, which tell networks to avoid showing ads when specific words appear, such as killer or murderer. The ability to reach more potential customers across more websites attracts more advertisers to Google. More participants bringing in more revenue also help the firm benefit from scale economies, thus offering a better return on investment from its ad technology and infrastructure. Ads running through the Google Display Network or on most competitor networks can be displayed in several formats and media types and can be billed in different ways. The specific ad formats can include display or image ads, rich media ads, and interstitials. Rich media ads are online ads that include animation, audio, or video. Interstitials refer to ads that run before a user arrives at their intended destination on a website or app. Horizontally oriented banners and vertically oriented skyscraper ads are typically examples of display ads. The creative is the process of designing the content of an advertisement. The industry trade group, the Internet Advertising Bureau, or IAB, sets common standards for display ads so that a single creative can run unmodified across multiple ad networks and websites. Most graphical display ads are sold according to the number of times the ad appears, or the number of impressions. Ad rates are quoted in CPM, meaning cost per thousand impressions. Most graphical display ads are billed on a CPM basis. Display ads sold on a cost per thousand impressions basis often focus on creating awareness of an advertiser's brand. Cost per action, or CPA ads, pay whenever a user clicks through and performs a specified action, such as signing up for a service, requesting material, installing an app, or making a purchase. Affiliate programs are a form of cost per action, where vendors share a percentage of revenue with websites that direct purchasing customers to their online storefronts. Rather than buying targeted ads, a firm might sometimes opt to become an exclusive advertiser on a site. When a user visits a website, a behind-the-scenes software dialog takes place between the web browser and the web server that can reveal a number of pieces of information, including IP address, the type of browser used, the computer type, its operating system, and unique identifiers called cookies. Cookies refer to a line of identifying text assigned and retrieved by a given web server and stored by a user's browser. Any server that serves you content can leverage these profiling technologies. IP addresses are leveraged extensively in customer profiling. An IP address not only helps with geolocation, it can also indicate a browser's employer or university, which can be further matched with information such as firm size or industry. The ability to identify a surfer's computer, browser, or operating system can also be used to target technology ads. Ad networks use cookies for customer personalization, profiling, and ad targeting. As you surf around the firm's website, that cookie can be used to build a profile associated with your activities. The website uses the profile in the subsequent visits with the help of the cookie. Google provides a service called remarketing, where site operators can tag users according to the page they visit on their site. That same website can target you with special promotions, custom ads, or even dynamically generated ads when searching Google or visiting any site in the Google Display Network. Third-party cookies are served by ad networks or other customer profiling firms to identify users and record behavior across multiple websites. By serving and tracking cookies in ads shown across partner sites, ad networks can build detailed browsing profiles that include sites visited, specific pages viewed, duration of visit, and the types of ads to which you've responded. Google allowing users to see and remove categorizations it is assigned to a tracking cookie demonstrates Google's sensitivity to user privacy through the rollout of interest-based ads. Since users are regularly assigned different IP addresses as they connect and disconnect from various physical and Wi-Fi networks, IP targeting can't reliably identify individual users. While the Internet offers targeting technologies that go way beyond traditional television, print, and radio offerings, none of these techniques is perfect. Cookies also have their weaknesses. They're assigned by browsers and associated with a given user's account on that computer. Cookies cannot reliably identify individual users because individual users use different browsers on the same computer to surf the web. That means that if several people use the same browser on the same computer without logging onto that machine as separate users, then all their web surfing activity may be mixed into the same cookie profile. Unless a firm has a way to match up these different cookies assigned across browsers, then a site may be working with multiple incomplete profiles. The most popular web browsers allow you to block all cookies, block just third-party cookies, purge your cookie file, or even ask for your approval before accepting a cookie. If you block cookies, you block any benefits that come along with them, and some website features may require cookies to work properly.